Why are you laughing?
I'm just smiling because I'm happy to be back.
Oh, okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Beyond the Ball. Sorry, Paddy.
What are you smiling for? Sorry about that.
You look so happy on this podcast. Paddy, we're watching Portugal and Sui, who is Switzerland. Portugal are currently 2-0 up. Second half has just started. So there might be a few random outbursts during the pod. But we're going to look back at some of the... We're going to have a quick look at the... Paddy, this could be a fucking the most random podcast we've ever done. We're going to look back at obviously a couple of bits from the World Cup itself. We'll have a look and see how our predictions have gone so far. Not great.
We're consistently bad.
Yeah, at least it's consistent. We're going to talk a little bit about Ronaldo, and we're going to talk about the likes of United and Liverpool potentially being bought. I've got a couple of questions I want to put you to the sword about. So yeah, that'll be fun. Paddy, we're looking at our predictions from last week. So the way I'm just going to do is I'm going to look at the quarterfinals that we've predicted, and we can see what we've currently got and see how far off we were. So your first quarterfinal, you have Netherlands and Poland.
Right.
The actual quarterfinal that's going to be happening is Croatia and Brazil.
Oh, it's close.
Now,
There's some of the same colours in their flags.
Yeah, but now people will be looking at this going, oh, there's different ones, blah, 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 but it's because of who we've picked to come out of the group and what position. So it's not all going to match up perfectly to what you look at on this, but this is the way I'm going to go through it anyway. So you have Netherlands, Poland, and it's Brazil and Croatia. I have also Netherlands and Argentina. Again, not one team, right?
It's difficult to do it the way you're doing it, though. I think if you look at our 8 quarterfinalists that we picked, and then look at the 8 that are there now, or that will be there, then you can kind of say whether we were really bad or really okay.
Right. Well, then we'll go through the teams, rather than going to fixtures. Okay. Right. Yeah. So you've got Netherlands, who are through to the quarterfinal. So that's 1 out of 1. Yes. You've got Poland, who are gone. You've got Germany, who are gone.
Oh shit.
You've got Brazil, who are through and looking good. You've got England, who are also through. You've got France. You actually got that fixture right. That fixture is right.
That's 4.
Belgium, gone.
No, gone.
And Uruguay, gone.
Oh, so 50% win rate. 50%. Yeah, 50% win rate. Okay.
Nothing wrong with that. I've got Netherlands, who got through, so that's grand. Argentina, yeah. Germany, no. Brazil, yeah. England, yeah. France, yeah. Belgium, no. And Portugal, yeah. So I think I got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow, 75%.
We don't know about that maths. I don't think adds up.
No,
I don't think so. You'd have to double check it on the calculator there, Paddy. I don't think
74%. 6 out of 8 is 75%. 2.5 out of 10 is 75%.
Yeah, that's bad maths by me, actually.
Yeah, I know.
Fair play. I mean, no, I don't work with numbers. So Paddy, that's how we've done in the World Cup. Look, we're gonna just chat about this. This podcast might not go on too long. A couple of incidents.
It's going to be a bad podcast.
I'm just saying because we haven't got a plan that it's international. We hate it. We are Premier League podcast. That's what we are. And we're still in the top 20 in Indonesia for some reason. All right, Malaysia. Sorry, Malaysia.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Sorry, I'm getting it all wrong.
I hope you don't hate each other around now.
Haven't been in here for a week, and I feel like I'm a newbie.
A bit rusty.
Yeah, feeling a bit rusty. Paddy, did you see the VAR decision for South Korea?
Yeah.
Was it Japan? South Korea?
No, and then there was 2 games. Oh, 3-0.
Oh, 3-0. 3-0. Is that Ramos as well? Yeah, that's your man Ramos that's replaced Ronaldo. He scored 2. He scored 2 goals.
If they win it now and he doesn't get a game for the rest of the tournament, that'd be so fun.
Yeah. So, Paddy, what did you think of it? It was a VAR decision that was controversial because it took so long for FIFA to release the footage or the picture of the ball across the line or not fully over the line. What were your thoughts on it?
I think by looking at it, the whole ball wasn't over the line.
Yeah. I thought we were
And
going to disagree on this.
It's as simple as that. The whole ball wasn't, and it was only millimeters.
Literally, because you look at some of the pictures and everybody's like, "Oh, it's clearly over the line." It's clearly not over the line. If you knew anything about how, I didn't even know geometry. Is it geometry?
Well, physics maybe.
Physics?
No, not physics.
I don't know.
No, we know about balls.
Yeah.
This is beyond the ball. Beyond the ball.
Yeah. It wasn't beyond the line though.
No.
Yeah,
no, definitely. If you look at it, like most people are probably looking at, just after where the roundy bit of the ball goes and thinking, but there was definitely a couple of mils there that I seen.
Yeah, I thought so. And I think the main issue was that it took so long for it to be released. And I think it went back to, was it Gary Neville? And he was like slating them, saying, "Why don't you release them? Why don't you release them?" I'm just thinking that fella has just too much to fucking say. Like, just shut up. Like, it's
He's
clearly
just justify now, himself being over there because he got slated for being a money grabber.
Yeah, and now he keeps bringing up every controversy he can and calling them corrupt every time he can. And I think he's doing it on purpose. And I think it looks so obvious that it actually looks fucking terrible on him.
Yeah,
but another thing.
World Cup. It's actually not a bad
World Cup,
really.
This is actually probably one of the best World Cups I've watched. It's actually really good. Like, there's a lot of teams that have got through that I wasn't expecting to get anywhere near. It's the first time in World Cup history, I think, that more Asian teams have got through than South American teams.
Yeah. And this doesn't mean that we're saying we agree with what goes on outside of football in Qatar. It just means we think it's a good World Cup.
It is. It's a very good
World Cup.
We're not going to boycott it. Yeah. No, I'm not going to boycott it because I just want to watch football. And that's what all the pundits should have said. I'm not boycotting it. I'm here to cover football.
Yeah. And did you get that envelope from FIFA in the post, yeah?
Oh, yeah, I got that. Yeah. You got it as well, did you?
Okay. Yeah. Great World Cup.
Best World Cup I've ever seen, and I think probably the best World Cup there's ever going to be.
I love fossil fuels.
I love killing human beings. Paddy Beyond the Ball would like to distance themselves from that comment that was just made out of context.
Are you just forwarding yourself now?
Yeah. I've issued myself a warning there. Paddy, I have to go on to it because I think it was yesterday that Brazil spanked South Korea. The dancing, I'm not a fan of the Brazilian dancing.
They've always done it though. Remember years ago with the fucking doing the baby one. They've always done it. It's the flair, you know what I mean?
Do you not think it's disrespectful?
Irish heads, you know what I mean? What would we be doing? The fucking potato picking celebration or something?
No, that's a stereotype, Paddy. All right, we won't accept that here. You don't think it's a bit?
Sorry, go on.
You just falling down, trying to walk the line, just stumbling over.
Shoot myself.
Pissing in the car in a random corner. Do you not think it's a little bit disrespectful dancing like that?
To who?
Especially when you go 4-0 up.
Disrespectful to the other team, like?
Yeah.
No.
Do you not? I think it's so
you're
bad.
Celebrating. Like, if you score a goal, you're celebrating. Like, what way you want to celebrate? It's like, if they had got their flag and burned their flag, that's disrespectful. Having a bit of a dance, like, you know what I mean? Fucking hell. Like, what are you supposed to do? A slow dance? Is that more respectful?
Yeah.
Ballet
or something, like, the samba's too, like, in your face and all, like, it's too flamboyant.
This is the snowflakeness now. Is it disrespectful? Like, fuck off. Will you just let them have a dance? Like,
all I'm saying is if I was, here's 4-0.
Oh, what a goal.
4-0.
What a
Can't see who that is. You don't have my glass on. Raphael.
I hope he goes to put Ronaldo on for the last 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, and he refuses to come on.
Or does he refuse, though? Does he? This is the thing.
Doubt it. Paddy, I seen comments that Roy Keane made, and he was on the side of me where he's kind of like, one of the best lines he says was, "I thought I was watching Strictly Come Dancing." Nonsense.
That was very
Which
good.
I thought was brilliant. I thought that was very good. So I'm not a fan of the dancing. Was it good? Was it?
That was very good.
Was it?
Yeah. You should start a TikTok channel just doing that.
I'm gonna clip that and pretend that I'm an impressionist. Paddy, but the one thing I didn't like was the manager got involved in it. The manager started dancing.
That is a bit, yeah. As a manager,
like
you
that.
don't want to be doing that. Yeah.
No, I'm not a
That
fan
can
of
come back
that
and
now.
bite you on the arse.
Yeah, and he came out and he made comments. He's like, I have to be careful because it can be seen as a little bit disrespectful. But yeah, no, you're fucking right. It was disrespectful.
Looking at the rest of the fixtures and who's left, who are you putting your money on?
Do you know what, right? Very impressed with France. The only problem is they seem to be relying heavily on Mbappe. If he doesn't perform in a game, I fear he may struggle in the game.
Yeah.
But if you go off results, you have to kind of look at
he was out
France.
supposedly today.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I just feel like they rely too heavily on him. Now, look, Giroud is good. He does well for France. He's not obviously that kind of flair player that Mbappe is. Griezmann is playing very well for once. He hasn't, like, the last year, he's been pretty shit. I know he's only been playing about 20 or 30 minutes a game, but I just feel like his form is a lot better in this than it has been previously. Go
back
4-1. Suey. Paddy, I'm getting a bit of feedback on your mic. Is that from the other stream?
No, I haven't no sound on the other stream.
All right, okay. So yeah, I don't know, but I like the look of Brazil after seeing the result yesterday and the performance yesterday. Although they didn't really do much in the second half, it was kind of game over anyway.
Just game management, good game management.
Very good. And you know what I liked? I like the likes of Richarlison, who really stepped up. The goal that he scored was brilliant. The one where I think it was Thiago Silva actually played it into him. Nice little touch close to the body and a good little finish. I was impressed.
Yeah, I think the Spurs fans will be rubbing their hands now watching him at this World Cup.
Yeah,
this would be great for his confidence, and if he can come back a different player, because he just hasn't really cut it in the Premier League so far, has he?
Bits and bobs. He's kind of shown little glimmers of himself where he was like at Everton. What?
Yeah. No consistency.
No. But yeah, no, I'm impressed with him on this World Cup, and I have to admit they do look good if they can keep all their players fit. Brazil, I think we both, looking at it, predicted. Actually, no, we didn't. You went with fucking England
to win it.
No, to be in the final with Brazil. I have a France-Brazil final. You have a Brazil-England final.
I still think.
And you know what? Yeah, I was looking at England. Now this is the ridiculous thing. I was looking at England coming back to the hotel after they won, and they just seem like a close-knit group of friends, and they just seem very together as a group, which is something that we saw in the Euros, and they got to the final. We didn't really see previous to that, and now they're in a good position to kind of get to the final.
They got to the semis in the last World Cup, didn't they?
It was the semis, actually, wasn't
it? Yeah. So like they're being consistent now in the major tournaments.
This will be their biggest test now on Saturday. France is going to be their next big test.
But the next logical step is to win.
Yeah, it seems the only thing they can be looking for, because Southgate has pretty much set the bar with the Euros. They had the previous semi-final. Yeah, final, and win it is the only way they can go.
I think in any competition, it's get to the final, and then the final is just an anomaly. Then you can only do what you can do on the day.
Yeah,
but there's so many variables that can change things. But it's very good performances so far, from front to back.
Yeah,
you would again, if, as you said with France, if Mbappe is out, they are a bit light up top. Brazil though they just look really, really good, really, really good. It could be that final. Did we both get that final when we in our?
No. I have Brazil France.
Oh, you have Brazil France. Apologies. Yeah, all right, okay. Yeah. And when is that game?
That's Saturday. Is Brazil and Saturday is England and France, I believe.
Because I suppose to let everyone know, on Saturday we're going out for our Beyond the Ball Christmas party. So there might be a drunk. Oh, England France is Saturday night, 7:00.
Yeah, so that's what we'll be watching.
Oh, love it. Could be an El Drunken live going
Could be
out
a
there.
drunken live. It's a great idea, and I'll be on board for it. So we may be partaking in a drunken live on Saturday night. Paddy, what did you think of
getting the beret?
Oh yeah, we'll be having the beret out. I'll be bringing all me baguettes, bringing me pet frog. I'll be bringing it all. I'll also be spitting on people as well because they're fucking ignorant pricks. The French. Sorry, we love the French. Our French listeners, we do love you. Just at times you can be quite ignorant. But Paddy, what did you think of Morocco beating Spain today? Knocked them out on penalties. Bit of a shock of the tournament so far.
Very surprised. I think Spain blew their load early in the competition. Their first game or something was it? They won 6-0 and everyone thought, "Whoa, look at this!" Yeah. And then they just kind of teetered off from there. Then, I suppose I wasn't expecting Morocco to do as well as they did because they're an anomaly. Like, who do we know from Morocco in terms of playing in any of the top teams?
Hakimi is very good, and then Ziyech. But Paddy, this brings me back to fucking Chris Potter not picking the right team for Chelsea. You're looking at Ziyech there, who's absolutely playing a stormer for Morocco, and you're looking at Christian Pulisic, who got USA out of the fucking group stages and into the last 16, who was performing unbelievable for USA. So how was he not seeing that these two players can play football in training? And yet he's playing fucking Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who can't get even in the fucking England squad, and he's playing Aubameyang there on his own with no support. Like, it just... See, now I'm on a rant about fucking Potter again, like, because we're talking about all Chelsea's good players that aren't fucking playing. It's disgraceful.
Yeah.
I don't fucking
Nothing good about Chelsea, really, is there?
Well, no, there's not at the moment, all right, Paddy? There's not. Okay?
Sorry.
And there has been for a long time. There's been a lot that's good, but at the moment, no. It's all negative. I don't like Potter. I want him out. And I wasn't expecting to have this rant today, all right? But this is the world we live in. Right.
Right, come on. Let's move on.
Right, we're moving. Paddy, we're going to move off the World Cup for now anyway. We're kind of touch back and forward onto it. I want to talk about Ronaldo at the moment. So the team news came out today for Portugal, and he was dropped for a very similar reason, that he's not being the best at United. His attitude, letting them down again. Unprofessionalism, attitude. What is your thoughts on Ronaldo and shushing the manager after being taken off at the 65th minute against South Korea?
He believes he's bigger than any other person in football. And that's why he does it. He does. And he got away with everything when he was the best player in the world, because managers would have, they constantly fed his ego all the time. So Ronaldo 2-3 years ago would never have been taken off there in the 65th minute. He would have been kept on the pitch, because Ronaldo would have kicked up stink, and he wanted to keep Ronaldo happy. But quite now, like Ten Hag at United, the manager's probably saying, I have a couple of players on the bench here that might actually improve this team, rather than having Ronaldo on the pitch. Ronaldo scored a goal in the first game where he effectively dived nearly for the penalty, and he hasn't done much since in the World Cup.
Yeah.
So I think he played into the manager's hands by, again, this petulance, and then the manager's rubbing his hands, thinking to himself, I have an excuse to drop him now, and the whole Portuguese country is not going to vilify me for it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I get it. His attitude is terrible, but I think now, right, and this is kind of going on to our next point, there's a link for him and a Saudi team, and apparently it's a nearly done deal. But he's gonna be getting 200 million a season if this is true. Absolutely colossal money. But do you think that is him admitting to himself in a certain way, I'm not able for that standard anymore? This is where I make my money for the last 2 or 3 seasons. I ride off into the sunset. I do what I need to do. I get me sponsorship deals, and then that's it. I'm out of the game. Or what? Like, how do you see him? Saudi Arabia. Like, come on. I thought he had. Like, there's been talk of him being the GOAT, being like
You
doing what
just
he
thought he
wants.
was
He's
going to
just.
Chelsea.
Excuse me, Paddy. Right? Now, it's unconfirmed rumors about this Saudi club. Okay, so I will make no official statements on Cristiano Ronaldo, but everything I say here is hearsay. But no, do you think that like going to a Saudi club is him kind of saying I'm not able for the standard of European football anymore, or do you think he's just saying, you know what, I want away from the media, the European media, more than that?
I think he may have
5-1
realized the goal for Portugal. I think he may have
Patrick.
realized between January and now, his agent is probably saying that none of the big European clubs want you.
Yeah, and that's because of how much he's looking to pay. Obviously, that 200 million
There's
speaks
a couple of
volumes.
reasons. There's the cost, and he's a diminishing force. He's just not the player he was anymore, and he's going to be disruptive to the squad as well. Like, he's not willing to come in and on half the money he was on and say be an impact player, where we would bring you on for the last 20 minutes, target man or whatever. He's just not willing to do that. So that's why he's gone to Saudi.
It's a sad way to see such a good player end his career, and
it is, but only because of the way he's acted, and he's after tarnishing his image now, because of what he done at United and now at Portugal. If he had just went off into the sunset over to Saudi for a couple of years, everyone would have thought, one of the best players ever. Fair play to him. He's gone off to get his big payday, but now it's just it's a mess.
Now it is still one of the greatest players ever, but kind of ruined it. He always has that now, his little tarnish on his reputation, but kind of ruined it for the last 2 or 3 years, and then went off to Saudi to grab a load of money. Do you know, where people kind of look at it a little bit differently now that he's doing that? Whereas if he had it, like you're saying, had the right attitude the whole way, being performing the way he was, which, let's be honest, Paddy, he carried Man United last season. It's just been this season that he kind of slipped a little bit. If he had been keep doing them performances and done what he's done now and agreed this Saudi deal for 200 million, everybody probably would have just went, fair fucks them. But now it's like ruining your career, ruining your reputation. I don't know. It seems a little bit bittersweet. I don't like the way he's handling it himself as a person. Surely there's someone there, better advisors than whoever he's got beside him, saying, look, come on, grow the fuck up. Grow a set of balls here. So I don't know.
Yeah, you say, like, he carried United last year and he did score all the goals, but United done so poorly last year, and you said it a good few times.
Yeah,
he was a hindrance on the team because he had managers there with no backbone. It was 10 players looking to feed the ball to Ronaldo so he could score, and nothing else mattered. So they were conceding goals. Once Ronaldo was happy, that's all that mattered. And that's why we played so poorly. Ten Hag came in this season and you see the difference.
And you can see, because you have them extra few players now that are able to up their performance, you kind of don't need to rely on Ronaldo, because the other players will make it up. Whereas before, last season in particular, you relied on Ronaldo so heavily that everyone else was kind of playing poor around him, but it made him look even better again because he was playing so well and scoring the goals and kind of keeping you in games and winning your points alone. Whereas now you have a solid defense. Do we say solid midfield? Like, is that probably your weakest? I don't know. It's playing a better playing midfield this year. I wouldn't say solid.
Eriksen and Casemiro, I think, is a strong midfield.
It is strong, yeah. It's a lot stronger than last year, anyway. But now, we can see that Ronaldo doesn't get away with what he got away with last year because of that, which is interesting. Now, Paddy, we're probably going to move off Ronaldo here for now, and we're going to stick with the Saudi team, because I'm going to put a question to you. I don't know whether I've asked you this before or not, but the talk of Liverpool and United now being taken over, how hypocritical would it be for all these fans who have slated Chelsea over the years, who have slated Man City over the years, to now accept a Saudi owner. Now, I don't mean that. I'm not saying that because I know it'll wind a couple of people up, but I'm just thinking I've taken so much abuse over the years because of oil money and Abramovich's fucking disgusting behaviors. Apparently, how do you think? And let's just talk from a Liverpool point of view, right? How would you feel if Liverpool fans now took a Saudi owner? Let's say you've got a brilliant owner, a very wealthy Englishman who won the lotto or something, or Apple or something like that.
Look, I'm going to be totally
and then
honest.
They got a Saudi owner.
Yeah.
What?
Now, look, I'll be totally honest. The stick I gave Chelsea fans and Man City fans was essentially that. It was giving them stick. Like, do you really care? Really? I don't really care who owns the club.
Yeah.
Didn't really care. Really.
I cared about the stick I had to receive and the people I had to try to defend. My defense for that was I'm a fan for 25 years. So I was a fan before the oil money. And that's the only way I can get out of it. Anybody that's younger than me and that's probably 20 or so, or maybe even 15, what leg have they got to stand on other than being a plastic fan?
Every club gets it. Anybody that's like 20, 25 are told that they support Man United because it was they were winning everything. You're only supporting a winning team. Glory hunter. Every club gets it. Every club gets it. You know.
I'll accept that.
It's I think the bigger question around the whole selling of clubs and buying of clubs is the biggest clubs in England now are in flux in terms of being sold. I think next you'll probably see Arsenal going up for sale as well. And why are all these American owners selling their assets? I think it's honestly because they believe, one, because of global instability, that this is the best price they'll get at it right now. Or else they can see that the Saudis will come in, like buy the best players in the world, like Man City have done, start dominating the league, and then the value of the clubs will just start dropping and dropping and dropping. So if they don't get out, this is now the peak of what they'll get for their assets, and this is what they're saying. That's
Cristiano Ronaldo is coming onto the pitch, 72nd minute.
So it's not the 5th minute. That'll be good though.
Paddy, I don't know. Sorry, I'm just gonna. Do you know the guy I Show Speed? Do you ever see the guy that he's mad for Ronaldo? This is the first match he's gone and he's actually seeing Ronaldo in the flesh. And the last 2 times he went over to Old Trafford, he wasn't in the squad both games. And now he didn't start in this game as well, so he was gone mad. So that was funny. I think everybody knows who I'm talking about when I say that.
What is he?
Very funny. He's a YouTuber. Very funny, like.
Oh.
Very, very funny. Very good. I think he's the most successful YouTuber in YouTube history or something like that. So, he's very good. He's very good. I could have 100% made that fact up right there, but I'm going to stick with it. So, Paddy, how would you feel if a Saudi bought United? Would you be happy, or would you be kind of saying it's goes against me morals?
Fuck morals. if Manchester United become as well run as if I look, I say Man City, and I see the infrastructure they have, the stadium, the team, the way they play, everything is just good. So yeah, I'd be happy as fucking Larry. What if it became like a Chelsea, where it became a sack manager, and just a vicious cycle of sacking managers? But there's never been once, except with Tuchel, where I thought Chelsea were wrong in sacking their manager.
1 or 2, maybe. I think, for me personally, I think 1 or 2 maybe. We're just a little bit premature. Lampard obviously being one as well. I thought he maybe deserved the end of the season probably. Although look, I know it worked. Happy mistake. Happy mistake. We got 2-3 and won the Champions League, but probably wouldn't have won it if Lampard was manager. But there has been 1 or 2 managers where I've kind of been like, oh no, I didn't want him to get sacked, or it was a bit probably premature. So you would sacrifice all that for kind of just success, would you?
Sacrifice what?
Like sacrifice the stadium, all this. Like, would you sacrifice the stadium, this training facility, all these upgrades? If I said to you, You're going to be one of the most successful teams in the next 15 years.
No, but you can have both. That's a trick question. That's like
no. Well,
you
that's
can have
what I
one
was.
or the other.
If you were to have one or the other, which one would you have?
Success.
Yeah, so you'd be happy enough to kind of say like, I'd rather
No,
invest
of
money
course you
on
like. Of course you like. I don't want to be losing every week and have a nice new stadium.
But that's what I've been saying for ages about United fans and the Glazers. You're investing loads of money, but your fucking thing is shit. If you were winning, and which is are winning now, and there's no talk of the Glazers, there might be a little bit here and there, but nothing
loads of money incorrectly. $1 billion before Ten Hag came in, and you barely would have kept any of the players.
But you got good players. They just didn't work out.
We didn't buy well. We did
Pogba,
not buy well. We bought...
Pogba was class when you got him, and you can't say you weren't excited when you got him. Di Maria was very good when you got him. Didn't work out. Like there's been plenty of world class players that have come in there. Like they just haven't. Like
you named
Chelsea
two there. So Pogba, okay, who has gone to Juventus now as well, is a bit of a cancer to a team.
Yeah,
he was not good to the culture of the club. Then Di Maria, his gaff got robbed. He didn't settle in Manchester, so there's nothing that United could have done about that. But I'm talking about the likes of Schweinsteiger, fucking Alexis Sanchez, Ronaldo.
Again, Alexis Sanchez was on fire when you signed him.
He wasn't. No, he wasn't. If you look back, at his last season in Arsenal, he was not on fire.
I'm still saying
that's why we got him on a free. That's why we got him on a free.
I think he was still a quality player, but like it's gonna be a vicious. It's gonna be a vicious cycle. But we took Falcao after you. Look at us. It'd be a vicious cycle of us going around again here with all these signings and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be like, oh well, you still fucking bought money, you just bought wrong, and it's gonna be the same thing.
No, but that's my thing. I'm not saying we didn't invest. They invested, but they invested very poorly because they had your man Ed Woodward, who wasn't a football person, making the decisions. We need the infrastructure of the club so a good stadium, good training ground, and
why do you need
to build a team? What?
Why do you need that?
Because so from a training perspective, you need the best in class facilities for your players. You need the best technology around to make sure you're getting scientifically the best from your players.
But do you not think that you have the technology and you have that there?
Well, they obviously haven't, because Ronaldo came out and said fucking the same jacuzzi and all bits of shit and all bits of Roy Keane's toenails and all still in the dressing room, for fuck's sake.
I don't know. Like I think like that team as well, technology wise, I'd say the rooms they're in are probably a little bit run down, but the technology is all going to be the same. It has to be, and it's up there even with fucking the lower teams in the league. There's no way that United are falling behind on technology in terms of stats and footage and training aids as such. Maybe the rooms they're in aren't as good, and you can't tell me that they're not going to have all the top equipment in the.
Ronaldo said they didn't. They had the same gym equipment.
No, but in the physio room.
No, but the physio is a bed, and then the physio will have whatever tools they use.
All these players also have gyms in their homes.
But that's not. That's like me saying I have a computer at home, but I work in IT, so I'll just fucking use my own computer at home. I have a good one, but they'll give me a piece of shit.
I'm just saying, it's just a lot of excuses.
It's not excuse for what though?
For stuff you don't need.
We don't need a new training ground.
Well, I don't think so. I don't think it should have affected you that much that you are all protesting about it. I want the training.
Stadium because they were pulling money out of the club. Millions and millions and millions out of the club rather than reinvesting it in infrastructure that was clearly run down.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's more just fucking. It's more when I see.
And then it wasn't just that, and then it was also Ed Woodward being left to run the club in terms of the footballing wise, and that's why we got worse and worse and worse for 10 years. We haven't won anything. We haven't won the league in 10 years, or been close to it.
It's more when I see I like picking fights with people about it because it's more when I see the amount of money invested in players. To me, that's the be all and end all. Like if you're gonna get money on players, you should be able to buy the best players. Now I know having a good infrastructure and stuff will encourage better players to come to the club, and I get all that. So I'm I just like picking fights on stuff like that.
No, you're right. Like, because I look at like the players that billion, like when Van Gaal was there or when Mourinho was there, if they had a proper, director of football like they have at Man City, like they have at Liverpool, they have the infrastructure there, the scouting departments to get the best in class players for the positions that are needed.
Yeah.
But United were just going from manager to manager, letting them buy 2 or 3 players that they liked. So after 3 or 4 managers, you just had this mishmash of a squad that just didn't gel together, and it was just a mess.
Yeah, see, and again, it's one of them things, and I know it's I keep always going back to Chelsea because I'm just so used to it at Chelsea. Yeah. We've had managers do that for years, and it's almost like we had a good core of players though, and we were able to do that. So, like obviously we had John Terry, Lampard, Peter Cech, Didier Drogba, who remained kind of consistent there, and we changed people around them. Whereas you have never had that core 4 or 5 players up until kind of after Fergie left. I'm talking about from now, but now you might actually have that with the likes of Bruno. De Gea now is obviously one that's been there. He's probably the longest serving player, is he?
We have a good spine there now. We have a good spine.
There's a good spine, and if he can keep that going for the next couple of years, there's no reason why you can't challenge for the league.
Yeah.
Next year, even next year, I don't think City and Liverpool are maybe as strong as we thought they were this year.
No, definitely. I think that next year, absolutely. This year, I think we could still third, second.
Yeah, and I fear for Chelsea. Yeah, it's not a lot, and I fear for Chelsea big time because I can see us finishing 8th, and I'm not exaggerating. I can see us finishing 8th.
Will you allow that to the owner?
I think he will, and I think he will because he made a statement by sacking Tuchel, and it would look really bad on himself if he does sack Potter. Now, I fucking 100% want Potter to go. I don't care what happens in the next 10 games. We're coming back to, I think, 3 or 4 easy matches that we should handily win. So I know what's going to happen there. He's going to win them. Everything's going to seem great, and everybody's going to be like, "Oh, that was the break we needed." Horseshit. Still stupid fucking appointment. Still a stupid sacking. And I fear that if we don't finish in the top 4, we're gonna become a Manchester United. And I don't mean that in a big way, but I mean we're gonna struggle to challenge for a league title in the next 10 years. And nobody's gonna want to come to us. Why would you want to come to us when we're struggling as a club? And you've got the likes of United's future looking great, Liverpool trying to rebuild and obviously having a great history. Man City, who are dominating the league. Is that Ronaldo? Goal? Suey! Oh my god, I would love to see the stream now on fucking Speed, because he's in the stadium live watching this, and he's obviously after saying that there. But yeah, Paddy, that was just my thought on it. I just compare everything to Chelsea because I'm so used to it over the last few years.
But I honestly believe with Chelsea, you won't get the players if you don't change the manager. I honestly believe it's one of the biggest pulling factors for any club is if they believe there's a good coach there that will build a team to win things, the players will come, unless they're totally driven by money, and you'll just have to pay. And that's what happened to United. Like, we'll pay as the top dollars come here, and they didn't really care about the fucking football. So if you could get a manager, and I suppose you've already said the Atletico Madrid manager, how do you see the transfer when they're going for this?
I'm worried. We seem to be linked with everybody but signing nobody. There's talk of us signing Nkunku, who's a very good striker off Leipzig. So there's very strong links with him. Apparently it's a done deal. Even Fabrizio put it up and kind of confirmed it. That'll be a very good signing. But is Potter going to get the best out of him by not playing the likes of Ziyech and Pulisic there to support him? Is he going to be an isolated number 9 again, like fucking Aubameyang has been for the last couple of games? I think he will, and I think it's a massive issue. Who's he got? What's he going to do? Is he going to sell Ziyech? Is he going to sell Pulisic? You can probably be sure now after the World Cup, after the performance, especially Ziyech, this is where we probably get the highest price for him, because if he continues on and he doesn't have a good season for Chelsea, price is going to plummet. So, I I wouldn't want to sell either of them players. I'd want to sell Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I'd want to sell. That's it. Just Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Just don't like him. No, I'd like to sell I'd like to sell all them players that are kind of fringe players that would be good for probably like a Crystal Palace or something like that. But they're not at Chelsea's level. But it kind of comes down to who can you get in to replace this. I see the likes of Kante. I'd probably sell Kante. He's eating up 300 grand a week.
Yeah.
Why not free up some funds there and get someone fucking massive in?
Yeah.
You know? Why not do it?
Yeah.
Go for a Neymar. Look, I'd love to see a Neymar. Let's have a marquee signing. Like, I'd love to see it.
Absolutely.
Chelsea need that big time.
Oh,
I don't think they're going to get it.
Yeah, no, but I think you need a good manager to have a Neymar, and I don't think Graham Potter will be able to handle him.
No, he won't physically be able to sign a player like that because what manager wants to play for Chris Potter?
Yeah,
nobody, not one player. I wouldn't even want to play him.
No.
Play for him. No, I know I'm saying Chris Potter. You know, his name's Graham.
I know.
Paddy fucking just making sure.
Just so you won't let me say it now, you bollocks.
No, you can say it. You can say it. That's fine. Paddy, I don't know if there's anything else to cover really on this week's episode, is there?
Well, in terms of United transfers, I think.
Look, you had to get the United in. I thought we could get away without it. So what do you think? Who do you think you will sign, and who do you want to sign?
Well, we need a striker. We need someone up top, definitely with Ronaldo gone now, because Martial is too injury prone. If he goes out, the only recognised striker there is Rashford. Garnacho is, Garnacho is a nice addition. I don't think Ten Hag would have planned to have him like scoring the odd goal in the squad, so I think that's definitely a plus. But there's talk of Cody Gakpo.
Oh yeah.
Coming, we were meant to get him in the summer, but it was him or Anthony. But again, I think he's a wide player as well. Yeah. So we do still need someone.
And out number 9.
No, unless you get Gakpo in, and then you can like rotate Martial and Rashford through the middle.
You want rotation though. You want a number 9 that you know. This rotation. Is my number 9.
Yeah, no, you're right. No, I only mean rotation if Martial gets injured. So Martial's your main man. If he gets injured, then Rashford comes in.
But you want that consistent number 9, don't you? You'd rather have it like.
Oh, but hopefully Martial now can sort out his injury woes over this World Cup and come back and have a storm in the second half of the season.
Man, to be honest with you, the way he's even playing for England, he might well do it. The only problem I fear for him now is there a game overload for
Martial.
Oh, poor Paddy.
No, you're talking about Rashford. Donkey, mate.
Oh, sorry. No, I'm talking about Rashford. Sorry, I'm talking about Rashford. I'm talking about his second half of the season. Sorry. Sorry. Your man Zakaria as well that Chelsea signed. Can we not play him? Sorry, I know I'm going back to fucking Chelsea again there, but he's fucking deadly. He looks deadly, he does. Better than Loftus-Cheek anyway. So yeah, Paddy, sorry, I was going back to Rashford there. I think Rashford could have a very good second half of the season. Martial, I don't know. I don't know about Martial because I don't know when he's injured. I don't know when he's not injured. It's always niggly little injuries, and he's out for a game, then he's back training, and he's fucking like he'd mind fuck the shit out of you on fantasy football anyway.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you know? Yeah. He's always a 74% chance he won't play, or he will play. It's one or the other, you know.
But I still have him as a striker.
Paddy, sorry, I do know that you had told me before that you'd done your subs. Is there anything you want to let us in on that, or no? If you're fancy.
Oh fuck no! I'm not giving you any tips now. No way. No. If you have yours there, I'll show you. If you show me yours, I'll show you mine.
I can hold my hands up and I can say that I haven't done any subs as of yet. I will, and I will show them on the pod. No problem. But after the game week starts. Not giving you anything. I'm giving you nothing.
And if you hadn't have said that last little bit there, I was just about to go, come on, and I show you, but now you can
No, fuck it, notice it. Right, Paddy, I think we call it a day on that.
Let's
this match is fucking 5-1 now. It's in the 90th minute, so how many more weeks of fucking World Cup have we got?
I think United are back on the 17th in the Carabao Cup. That's all I know. So that's 2 and a half.
I think we might only have one more week of it. We'll see how things play out, Paddy. Maybe we'll miss it next week, will we? Make a decision.
Yeah, maybe. And then there'll be comeback for the.
Yeah, we'll make a decision closer to the time. We'll see how we're all fixed.
We're doing a live Saturday, so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not great content.
When you get Connor to do one when he's in the Jacks or something.
There's an option. We see Connor's flu. Right, Paddy. Look, I'm gonna end it there, right? And yeah, we might be back next week. I don't know. Don't really know how to end this now because I'm not because we don't know.
No, we won't be back next week. We'll be back the week after next.
Right. Okay. Yeah, if you are watching us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, make sure you hit subscribe, follow, like, comment on the video as well, because we will see it. We will reply to you. Make sure you follow us on Instagram as well, Beyond the Ball with 3 L's. And make sure you get us on TikTok as well, because we haven't posted that in ages. So
always over 3 L's. Oh, what a goal.
Oh, fucking your man Liao. Chelsea, I want him to sign him. Sorry, he's hitting the gritty. Fuck off. I don't want to sign him. Right, Paddy, that's it. We're wrapping it up. We might be back next week. We probably won't, though. So we'll talk to everybody next time we're on. And I need to hit the outro. Bye.